Hi, I'm going to show you the hydraulic calibration on a standard drive cart. First thing you'd have to do is actually go to the tractor and get the monitor. The very important thing to do before you do that is make sure the PP400 number is in the monitor and is accurate. Okay, so then you bring the monitor back. There is a mount for it, back on the tank here, and a power cord. So install the monitor into the bracket. Install the power cord so your monitor is actually ready to run. Now right below the monitor is a switch box. What this switch does is actually runs the hydraulic calibration. The next piece in this system is a hydraulic valve block. What it does, it directs oil to either the fan, the auger, or the hydraulic calibration. The big valve on top here is a pressure relief valve that you may or may not have to adjust. And the bottom little knob here is actually for your calibration speed. Now if we go around to the back, you'll see that there is an orbit motor hooked to the back transmission. That's what drives the calibration. You'll notice on there is a dog clutch on there so that it can turn when the orbit motor is not in use. Okay, on the way back up to the front of the cart, what I'll show you is here we need to remove the covers and take the chains off the transmissions that you're not going to be calibrating. Okay, the back tank, you don't have to worry about it because it's got an electric clutch that'll engage it to turn, so it'll freewheel as it is. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is come to the chart and decide what you need to do for the product you're putting in. So in this case, we're going to go to wheat. And we know wheat is a direct drive. Okay, if it was canola or something like that, we'd use a slow speed drive. And the way you adjust that is with a hairpin that's located in the transmission. For direct drive, it's on this shaft here. For slow speed, it's on this shaft. It's got a decal here that tells you which place is which. But the way to tell is the direct drive is actually on the driver sprocket. Okay, so we need to be in direct drive. We look in here, and the hairpin is in the direct drive shaft. The next thing we're going to look at is we're going to go on the chart over here. We're going to find wheat. We see that it's the W line, but it says we need a medium seed plate. So we're going to go around the front of the tank and actually check the seed plate. It is the orange seed plate. That's the medium seed plate. So that's correct. So we'll close up the transmission, or we'll close up the metering body, and we can fill the tank. Okay, so now we've got the tank full. What we're going to do is come back here, and as I said before, it's a W line. So we'll come here and find the W line, go across and find the pounds that you want to put down per acre. We'll use 100 just for easy numbers. Go up till it intersects the W line, come across, and it says a 31-2 sprocket. So we come down to the transmission, and the sprocket we're worried about is the one with the D handle on here. Okay. We look at this one, and it is a 31 tooth, so we're fine to start our calibrations. So we're going to put the cover back up. Now if you look down here underneath the metering body, there is a set of flapper gates to direct the seed to either the top set of pipes, bottom set of pipes, or out the bottom of the collector for calibration. So if you look, there is a decal in there, but we know that it's pulling it out towards the outside of the machine, directs the product to the bottom or into the sample tray. So we got that set. This here is our sample tray. We've slid it into place. Okay. So we are ready to calibrate. Okay, so we're back up here at the monitor. We're going to turn it on. It's going to go through its self-diagnostics. And then it comes up with basically the home screen. We're going to hit menu. We're going to scroll down with the arrow button until we get to rate calibration. Then we hit select. You can see it's already on shaft 1 calibration. It does say shaft 2 view. Don't worry about that. What we're worried about is the shaft 1 calibration. So now I've got the monitor ready to go. We come down to this hydraulic block and switch it to the calibration, which it shows on the decal where to put it. Then we can come up and actually run the calibration switch to prime the metering wheels. Now if you find they're turning too slow, you can actually turn this valve to speed them up. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to replicate about seating speed. So we've got a good sample in there, enough to prime the metering wheels. We're going to take the sample box off, empty it. Okay, we've got the sample box reinstalled. We're going to want to arrow down to exit, hit select. Hit select again, so you're back in and you see the numbers are all back to 0 again. So we're going to actually do a calibration this time. So what we're going to do is we're going to run it long enough that we get a decent sized sample. Okay, that should be plenty. It's 12 revolutions. It's 1/3 of an acre. So what we're going to do is we're going to arrow down, hit select, and enter in the weight of our sample box. Less the weight of the box itself. You enter the weight by using the arrows. Okay, and we put in 3 pounds. What I've actually come up with is 94.33 pounds to the acre. Not quite the 100 we were shooting for. Okay, so we're a little bit short on our calibration sample. So what we need to do is change this sprocket. It's generally about 2 to 3 pounds per tooth on wheat. So we know we're out by about 6 pounds. So we can actually change this sprocket to a 33 tooth sprocket. So we'll do that. Okay, so we've changed the sprocket and we'll redo our calibration. So what we do is we arrow down, hit select, hit exit, hit the select again, and we're going to run our sample again. Okay, so we'll go and weigh our sample tray again. Again, remember to take the sample box weight off. We'll come back and we'll actually enter in the weight. .8 pounds. So we are just over the 100 pounds that we were looking for. We're at 101.08. We could do it again to get it back down, but for 100 pounds of wheat, I think 1 pound is close enough. Hit exit, and we can carry on to the other tanks.